So we just settled a motorcycle accident case for policy limits. That means the most insurance money that was available, we were able to recover. And the reason that's important is that this was a case that a big injury law firm, I think they claim to be the biggest, they had taken this case and they dropped it without really investigating it. And so when the client came to us and said, please take my case, we looked at the police report and it was not clear whose fault it was. So in that situation, we did a thorough investigation. And the key issue in this case was whether our driver had a protected green arrow to make a left turn, or whether she just had a green light, which would mean she had to yield and then it would have been her fault, what happened in this accident. Well, the interesting thing is in the police report, there were two witnesses. And I called the witness up and she said, oh, well, I talked to someone. And I said, well, that wasn't me. I don't know who you talked to. And she said, well, it was the lawyer for the other driver, the one who ran the red light. I said, oh, you think they ran the red light? Oh yeah, we had a protected green arrow. This was a witness who completely supports the case. And I said, well, did anyone for the injured driver ever call you? Did big injury law ever call you? And did you ever talk to the lawyer for the driver who was injured? No, they never called me. No, I never talked to them. So think about that. The insurance defense lawyer for the at-fault driver had called the witness and had heard what she had to say, which was very damaging to his client's case. But big injury law had not called this person. They had not talked to this person. So I hear this person say this and I think, okay, we can further investigate this case. So we file the lawsuit and we still sort of have conflicting witness statements, even though we've got this good witness that big injury law never talked to. We have another witness who is harmful to the case and claims that his side had a green light, which if true would mean we lose. So we subpoena the 911 calls. You got to have a lawsuit on file to file a subpoena, and you need a subpoena because you can't just do open records requests. You need unredacted information like phone numbers. So we send a subpoena. We get the IT department at the Metro Nashville 911 center involved, and we find a phone number of another witness. And this witness says, oh yeah, I saw that accident happen. I was right there in front of the driver who got injured, our client. And we had a protected green arrow, and that driver who hit her was speeding and ran a red light, and it was all his fault. So it's like a home run witness that helps us break the case. The point is, this is a case that the big injury law firm dropped without contacting any witnesses, without doing any investigation. It was just going to be too hard for them. I guess they have, so many layups and easy cases that they don't have to necessarily, work hard to investigate cases. I tell you all this to say, we're not a high volume law firm. And as a result, we can put more effort and energy and resources and time and investigation into your case. It's not as simple as, well, we'll just reject that case and go with the easy one because that one looks like it's going to be hard. We like hard. Hard is where we can sometimes create real value like we did in this case, because this client is now getting a policy limits maximum offer after the last law firm dropped her case without investigating it. So if you're interested in learning more about how to choose a personal injury lawyer, watch this next video.